Hello everyone, this is Will from the Apple One-to-One Training Channel. Not in my usual spot, and I'm going to show you why. Look at all this damage. Well, I had some HVAC issues, so my office is filled with boxes right now, and as you can see, I have a lot of water damage and stuff. This came back after my vacation, so I am stuck in this location for right now, but I wanted to still make this video for you guys as I'm dealing with mold and a wet carpet and a damaged basement and a damaged HVAC, and I wanted to create this video for you guys as I want to go over the top features of iOS 27 that I have been using since I've been on the public beta and share that with all you. Please like and subscribe our content. We really do appreciate it. Well, I'm going through this really difficult time, but we're going to go over 5 things that I really enjoy on here, and hopefully you can take a look at these features and maybe learn something new out of this. So let's get started with our top features. We're going to start off with making these custom passes inside of the Wallet app. So my example of this one is I'm going to do a create a pass feature. And what we're going to do is with Six Flags passes, I'm actually going to put these here because they didn't have the option built into the Six Flags pass. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to take a photo right here of my pass right on the website. And once I hit the camera button, it's not going to capture that information. And what it's going to do is it's going to try to figure out where to put things. So you can see right away, they create a QR code. And now I have a bunch of different information. We have Season Pass on the top, Gold Pass, East Region, but I'm going to go ahead and just edit this. You can actually tap anywhere. So under Season Pass, I'm going to change this, and I'm just going to put Six Flags. And that's the way to do it simply if you just want to go forward. You can also change the date, especially if it's like an all-day event if you wanted to, but we're going to create a pass manually this time. So now you get to choose between 3 options, standard, membership, and event. If I do membership, now I can go ahead and manually put stuff in here. So I just tapped on the camera button and I scanned the QR code, and now I can manually put in my information. So member name, you have your choice of what your status is. So in this case, I'm a Gold Pass member. I'm going to go ahead and do that. What is the membership program? What is the date of this? How long you've been a member if you really need that information, which in this case, I really don't. This is more like, I guess, like when your membership expires, like a gym would be a good idea for something like this. I just wanted to show you an example, though, how to kind of mess around with it. So it expires on the 26th. So that's when my actual Gold Pass ends. And then with the membership program, I'm just going to put down Six Flags. Season Pass. Now the member number is at the top as well. So what I am going to do is go through the number that's actually on my QR code on the website, and I'm actually just going to manually type it in. And this is really just if you don't have this captured, you never know when you might need the member number on here, especially if the QR code doesn't work. So it would be good to write this in there. You can actually change the icon of what it is. So you could choose like what style of icon you would like to use. So you just tap on what makes more sense based on what your activity is. So I'm going to choose popcorn for like entertainment. And that's it. And now it adds it directly into there. And now if I hit membership, you can see I have the pass right there built right directly into it. Going back to the Gold Pass, there is an edit pass button again on the bottom after you scan it. So before I even hit add, I can go edit. And now there's a paintbrush on the bottom. You can actually change the background color or choose a photo from a library. So you can change it and add colors and things like that. You can actually also remove fields on the bottom right corner and decide what fields you don't necessarily need to have on there. So you could just choose that. Some things you can't get rid of, but some things you can. And that's one of the features I really love about this is that you really get to customize your pass up. I went with my family to Dorney Park during this trip, and I just wanted to let you know that this worked every single time. So every pass that I scanned, it did work. All I had to do is scan the QR code and it worked. So just so you know that I did try it out and it does work. With iOS 27, you are able to use Apple Intelligence to automatically fill in information for you as you're describing the event. Now, I already went over this in another video, so if you want to see a more in-depth version of all the new calendar features in iOS 27, we made that. I hit the plus sign. I am now going to start typing in information, which includes my mother, who, as you can see, it kind of grayed out, so it knows who that is. Birthday, September 26th at 6 p.m. at my house. So you can see it's kind of like automatically figuring that information out. And as I'm done, as you can see, it put all that information in there. And now I can put it into whatever calendar I want. And that adds it directly to the calendar. And if we go to that date now, everything I just typed in is going to be there with including my home, the time, and the information I typed in there, which I really like about this feature. When doing events, the last thing I want to worry about is a dead battery, having an iPhone fail, or worse, when I'm trying to import footage storage at my event, so I need to keep my battery up. That's why I've been using the LISEN 2.2 power bank. And I have 5 amazing things about this power bank I want to tell you about. First, it's incredibly lightweight. When you're carrying camera gear for 8 to 10 hours, every ounce matters. And this easily fits in my camera bag or pocket, or more importantly, it's right here available on my strap. It has 25 watts of wireless charging. It can snap directly to the back of my iPhone. During a short break, I can get 30 to 40% more battery life, more than enough to get through the next part of my day. And it's also extremely strong. Third, it has 65 watts of USB-C fast charging. After a wedding, when I'm importing footage into my Mac, I can keep it powered on without worrying that the battery is going to run out. The built-in USB-C cable, not only loose, but it also is very small and very convenient. And my final feature regarding USB-C is that it has a built-in loop directly with it. I can attach it right to my camera bag. This is without a doubt my favorite feature that I enjoy with this product. If you're looking for a compact power bank for your Apple devices, in the description below, I have a link right there. Till August 31st, you get 20% off. So join the power community with your LISEN power bank. Alarms is the most important feature, I think, on one of our iPhones. That's how we get up in the morning. But the volume was always based on your volume of your phone. And that was always a very annoying feature that was always around in iOS. But this has now changed with iOS 27. You can now change the volume of alarms or sounds compared to the volume of your phone. So I'm going to go into settings. We're going to go to sounds and haptics, and as you scroll down, there's alarm and timers. All you got to do is switch off the match ringtone volume, and now it's going to automatically change the ringtone volume of your alarm. You just slide it across, and then you can now make that volume. Same thing with alerts and system sounds. You can now slide that over, and again, do the same thing. This is a great change that they added to this. My fourth feature is CarPlay. So in CarPlay now, a smallest thing, but now you can slide your music over. So if you're listening to music and you want to go fast forward or not in the song, you can go ahead and now just slide that over. Apple, please fix this though. If you're watching YouTube, hey, I want to be able to slide and do the same thing. Just a little heads up. There are 2 features in Safari I really like. Number 1, when you tap on the bottom now, you can see that your history, your bookmarks, your reading list are all now at the top there, which I absolutely love, much better than how it was before in iOS 26. I think it's a much better way to organize and get around your bookmarks and everything. It's small, but I think that this was a necessary change. I think the way it was all convoluted using the buttons on the bottom were just too much on here. So I really did not like that. So this is a lot easier now. We're going to use Siri AI to help us out. So if I go to a website on here, maybe I don't know where the phone number is on the website. I know it's there visually, but I'm just showing you an example. But I'm telling it to find a phone number on here. And what it does is scans the website and it's going to figure it out. And bam, it puts it right there. So even though it was right in front of me, I wanted to show you that Siri can figure that out. One of the last things I like to do about this also is there's something called extensions built in here. So what I'm doing is I'm hiding some of these weird advertisements on a website I go to a lot about wrestling. And what I wanted to do is make sure that works throughout the entire website. So there's a feature built in here called Describe an Extension. And Describe an Extension allows you to create some kind of change you want to make on this specific website. So what I want to do is using the hidden features I already just did on that site, I want it to work throughout the entire website. So I'm describing that I want to use the hidden distraction items and completely hide it everywhere on every page that I'm visiting. Now, Describe an Extension does take a while to create, but also it's even telling me, hey, you can use other things on the App Store before you just create the extension. Well, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to tell it to create the extension. And this does take time, by the way, so please be patient on it. Now we skip forward, and now you can see on the top, it says try on the top. So you can actually try it and use it on this website. So let's go to a site, and as I'm scrolling down, you can see those ads are not popping up like they were. I can tell you right now, on this website, they pop up every time. So the actual distraction hider actually worked on this extension, and it's going to work throughout the entire website. But maybe I want to add to this. So the other thing that I really don't like is the header and footer on the bottom, and I would like the text to be a little bit stronger. So you could do manage extensions, and you can go back and edit your extension. So I'm going to actually put in a describe to change, and I'm going to tell it to make the font bigger, and I'm going to tell it to get rid of the header and footer. So if you tap on the left side, and then you see the options there for all the share options, you can go to manage extensions, and you can actually add more features to this extension. So I'm going to tell it to make the font a certain size, so that way it adds that feature, and remove the header and footer on the site. But now you can see, look at the difference. It blew up that text on there, and now you can see that top website header is gone on this site. And if I go to another page, just to show you an example of that, and now all that stuff has been hidden on here, and using the manage extensions feature is going to be very, very valuable. So those are the top 5 features I like on iOS 27. I hope you got a lot out of this video, and let us know in the comments, what are your top features of iOS 27 if you've used the public beta. Thank you very much for joining us on this video, and I love every single one of you. Like and subscribe to the Apple One-to-One training channel for new Apple tips and tutorials every single week.